Most men are weak. They sit around, whine about their problems, and wait for someone to solve them. If that's you, you're failing yourself. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to fix that. I'm here to shake the foundation of the excuses you've built your life around. Because until you face the truth, brutal, raw, and real, you will never become the man you were born to be. You want to be unstoppable? Start by getting off your damn phone and looking in the mirror. The guy staring back is the only one who can save you or destroy you. There's no guru coming. No magic morning routine that will save a soft man with a soft mind. It starts with ownership. The kind of savage, unapologetic ownership that says, I am the problem and I am the solution. The world is not your therapist. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired, if your childhood was rough, or if you're not in the mood. Life doesn't stop for your pity party. You either build yourself up or get buried by your excuses. That's how it works. And the graveyard is full of men who waited too long to wake up. You've been trained to chase comfort, to be a nice guy, to stay quiet, stay average, stay safe. But none of that leads to strength. None of that creates impact. You got a fire inside you, but you've been drowning it in dopamine, in distraction, and lies. You scroll past greatness every day because you're too afraid to chase your own. Right now, you're a loaded weapon, jammed, rusted, unfired. You've got the potential to become lethal, to dominate your space, command your life, and lead others. But potential means nothing if it sits unused. This video is the trigger, and by the time it's over, you'll know how to fire with precision every damn morning. No more guessing, no more hoping. You'll have a ritual, a code, and a mission. You might feel uncomfortable right now. That's good. Growth only happens under pressure. Diamonds aren't born in comfort. They're formed under fire. If you're squirming in your seat, it means the truth is hitting where it needs to. Stay with it, because if you bail now, that's not just quitting this video, it's quitting on yourself. This isn't about motivation. It's about movement. Motivation fades, but discipline builds empires. You don't need another feel-good quote to screenshot. You need a system, a battle plan, and that's exactly what I'm giving you today. Welcome to Primal Will, where we don't make excuses, we make men. If you're ready to dominate your mornings, destroy your limits, and build a life you're proud of, hit that like button, share this video with a brother who needs it, and subscribe to join a tribe of warriors. Let's get to work. Let's be clear, this isn't about some polished influencer routine with candles, jazz music, and $10 green juice. This isn't about aesthetics. This is about survival. This is about power. This is about waking up every single morning and taking control before the world gets a chance to pull you apart. Because if you lose the morning, you lose the war. And if you keep losing the war, don't be surprised when your life feels like one long defeat. Most men roll out of bed and immediately give their power away. They check their phone before they check in with themselves. Notifications become their orders. Social media becomes their mirror. And whatever discipline they thought they had dissolves before their feet even hit the floor. If that's how you're starting your day, you're already behind. You've already lost. This isn't a morning routine for Instagram likes. This is your daily ritual for dominance. Because if your morning is weak, your entire day is weak. If you can't own the first hour, you won't own anything. That hour is sacred. It's your battlefield, your sharpening ground, your private war room. You either conquer it, or you stay stuck living like a ghost in someone else's life. Let's talk about how most men operate. You wake up late, you grab your phone, scroll through highlights of people who are hungrier than you, and immediately start the day in comparison, self-doubt, and distraction. You eat processed garbage, skip movement, and walk out the door with a mind already exhausted by dopamine overload. Then you wonder why you feel like a loser by noon. That's not a mystery, it's a pattern, a deadly one. You're reacting to the world, reacting to texts, reacting to emails. And a man who lives in reaction is a man who doesn't lead. Control doesn't belong to reactors, it belongs to initiators. Most men live in chaos because they haven't mastered the first hour of their day. They start in defense mode and then wonder why life keeps punching them in the mouth. Let me remind you of something powerful. Every battle is won before it is fought. Sun Tzu didn't say that for poetry. He said it for warriors. You don't win when you show up. You win in the preparation before the world even sees you. That's what your morning is. It's preparation. It's priming your weapons, putting on your armor, locking into your mission before the noise kicks in. This video is your blueprint. Not just to wake up, but to wake up with purpose. You're going to walk away with a ritual that sharpens your mind, hardens your body, and strengthens your will. You won't need motivation when your mornings are locked in like a soldier going to war. You'll have clarity, you'll have focus, and you'll be dangerous. Because here's the truth. If you can't win your morning, you won't win anything. Not the job, not the girl, not the business, not even yourself. You'll always be chasing, never leading. Always reacting, never creating. And if that doesn't sit well with you, good. That means there's still fight left in you. Let's use it. The purpose of this video isn't to entertain you. It's to challenge you, to show you that every morning is an opportunity to build a fortress around your mind, to train your emotions, to check in with your mission, to move your body and silence your doubt. This isn't about comfort. This is about control. And control starts with discipline. You don't rise by accident. You rise on purpose. That purpose is built through repeated, consistent action every morning before the distractions flood in. This is where the shift happens. This is where weak men stay in bed and real men rise. So, if you're still with me, if you're still listening, it means you're done making excuses. It means you're ready to rebuild your identity, brick by brick, habit by habit. And it all starts at sunrise. No more dragging your feet. No more mindless mornings. From this point forward, you rise with intention, or you don't rise at all. Now, let's get into the reality check. The hard truths that are keeping you from dominating your life. Let's strip away the hype. Let's tear off the mask. Because if you're still listening right now, you're not here for sugar-coated lies. You're here to be called out. And I'm not going to waste your time. You want to be unstoppable? Then face the uncomfortable truth. You're addicted to distraction. Your phone owns you. That little screen in your hand is your master, and you're its obedient slave. You can't sit still for 10 minutes without checking a notification, a reel, a meaningless dopamine hit that feeds nothing but your weakness. You say you want focus? Then stop handing your brain over to every impulse like a coward looking for an escape. The reason you can't get anything done isn't because you're too busy. It's because you're too scattered. Your attention is a battlefield, and every time you scroll, you surrender ground. You're not building anything. You're running from silence, from solitude, from your own thoughts. And that's the first sign of a man who's losing. He can't even be alone with himself without numbing the pain. You wake up lost, not just physically, but spiritually, mentally, purposefully. You roll out of bed without a mission, without a strategy, without a fire in your gut. No plan, no discipline, just aimless wandering, looking for direction like a ship with no compass. That's not how men rise, that's how they drift. And drift leads to destruction. Look at your mornings. Be honest. You hit snooze. You scroll. You shuffle to the kitchen like a zombie. And you think that's okay? That's not okay. That's survival mode. That's autopilot. That's the daily routine of someone who's given up on greatness without even realizing it. You say you want to win, but you start your day like a loser. You chase comfort. Your bed is warm. The gym is cold. That's why you stay soft. That's why you keep getting weaker. Because deep down, you've been worshiping the god of comfort. And that god doesn't care about your potential. He just wants to keep you numb, safe, and pathetic, while your dreams bleed out quietly in the background. You avoid struggle because you've convinced yourself it's bad. But listen to me. Comfort is not your ally. It's your executioner. Every time you choose ease over effort, you're killing a piece of your ambition. Every time you skip the hard work, the cold shower, the tough conversation, you confirm what you really value. Short-term pleasure over long-term power. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Muhammad Ali lived it, bled for it, died with his legacy carved in stone. You flinch when the alarm rings. You complain when it rains. You panic when things get tough. Champion? You haven't even earned the right to call yourself consistent. But that can change if you stop chasing ease and start chasing edge. You lack urgency. That's the bottom line. You move like you got time. Newsflash, you don't. You think you're young. You think you can wait. But time doesn't care how old you are. Every second you waste builds a weaker version of you. Every hour you throw away is a down payment on a life you'll regret. Death isn't at the end of your life. It's in every moment you refuse to live with intention. It's in every excuse, every delay, every "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow is a myth. There is only now. The man who understands that becomes lethal. The man who doesn't becomes irrelevant. You want to know why your life feels stuck? Why your relationships suck? Why you feel tired even after 8 hours of sleep? Because you've got no momentum. You got no system. You're reacting to life like a puppet on strings, hoping something will change without doing the work to change yourself. You're overfed and undertrained. You feed your mouth, your ego, your distractions, but not your purpose. Your body's soft, your habits are sloppy, and your mind is fogged. And yet, you wonder why nothing feels right? Because your life has no alignment, no structure, no anchor. And here's the brutal truth. Nobody's coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your friends. No mentor, no coach, no guru is going to walk in and fix your life for you. That's your job. That's your weight to carry. And until you own it, you'll always be someone else's pawn. You need to hear this. You are responsible for the condition of your life. You, not the algorithm, not the economy, not your upbringing. You've been blaming everything except the one person who can change it all, yourself. That ends today. You're not tired. You're uninspired. You're not busy. You're undisciplined. You don't lack time. You waste it. Stop lying to yourself. Because those lies are costing you everything. Your drive, your confidence, your legacy. And stop confusing movement with progress. Just because you're doing something doesn't mean you're getting somewhere. If your actions aren't tied to a mission, a purpose, a strategy, they're just noise. Distraction disguised as productivity. You know what the hardest part of being a man is? It's not lifting weights. It's lifting the weight of responsibility. And most guys run from it. They'd rather scroll, rather complain, rather blame the world than build the strength to carry their own life. You want to feel better? Do better. You want confidence? Earn it. You want respect? Command it by putting in the work every single day, morning after morning, rep after rep, with no applause, no validación, just you, the grind, and the vision that fuels you. This isn't about motivation. That burns out. This is about character, and character is forged in discomfort. You don't find yourself when things are easy. You build yourself when things are brutal. When it's dark, when you want to quit. That's where warriors are made. So here's the reality check. If your mornings are chaotic, your life will be chaotic. If your mornings are soft, your life will be soft. But if your mornings are locked in with purpose, intention, and discipline, everything else will follow. Your habits create your identity, and your identity creates your future. And now that you've faced the truth, let's stop talking and start building. In the next section, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps you need to take every morning to become unstoppable. Step by step. No fluff. No excuses. Now that you've stared your excuses in the face and watched them flinch, it's time to build. Because awareness without action is worthless. You know what's holding you back. Now it's time to crush it. Brick by brick. Step by step. This isn't theory. This is tactical. Concrete. Non negociable. You follow this every day, and you won't just survive, you'll dominate. Step 1. Wake up with intention. Set your alarm and get up. No es noce. No negociations. No 5 more minutes. The first battle of your day is in bed. And if you lose that battle, everything else is downhill. When that alarm hits, you rise like a soldier reporting for war. Because that's what life is, a war. Against laziness. Against weakness. Against your old self. The man who conquers the morning owns the day. Here's the truth. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Hit snooze. You start with hesitation. Get up immediately. You start with victory. That tiny decision rewires your brain. It tells your subconscious, I run this show. You're not tired. You're untrained. Fix that. Step 2. Go straight to silence. No phone. No scrolling. No artificial noise. The world is loud enough. You need space. Sit in silence. Breathe. Journal. Let your thoughts surface without the pollution of notifications. You don't realize how fast you give your mind away until you pause and reclaim it. This is your sacred time. Guard it like a king guards his castle. Your thoughts in the first 30 minutes are either building you or breaking you. Silence gives you the clarity to see your life without filters. You ask, what needs to be done today? Who do I need to become to win this battle? That's power. That's leadership. And it starts in stillness. Step 3, physical shock. Now hit your body. Shock the system. Cold shower. Push-ups. Stretch. Breath work. Whatever it takes to wake your body the hell up. This is not about comfort. It's about command. Your body follows your mind, and your mind follows your habits. Get uncomfortable. It tells your brain, we're not here to play today. That cold water? It's a test. Can you lean into discomfort first thing in the morning? If you can do that, what else can you face? What other pain can you endure and convert into progress? You're not looking for ease. You're looking for edge. The edge that most men avoid. The edge that makes warriors. Step 4, mission clarity. Grab a notebook and write down your top 3 priorities for the day. Not 10, not 20, 3. If you don't give your mind a target, it will scatter. Your energy is limited. Aim it with ruthless precision. You're not here to be busy. You're here to be effective. These 3 priorities are your mission brief. Not tasks. Targets. What moves the needle today? What builds your vision? What demands focus, intensity, and execution? Write it down. Visualize it. Then attack it. This is how winners operate. Every day is war, and the mission must be clear. Step 5. Fuel with discipline. Now, feed the machine. Real food. Real fuel. Eggs. Meat. Fruit. Clean carbs. Water. Nothing processed. Nothing that makes you sluggish, bloated, or weak. You're not a child begging for sugar. You are a man preparing for war. Eat like it. When you fuel with discipline, you build a body that obeys your ambition. When you eat trash, you act like trash. Your brain fogs up. Your energy crashes. Your drive disappears. You want clarity? Strength? Focus? Then feel like a warrior. Because what you eat isn't a cliche, it's biology. Step 6, eliminate excuses. Every time you want to delay, every time you want to justify a shortcut, every time weakness creeps in, say this out loud. I'm not a victim. I'm a weapon. That statement kills excuses on the spot. Because weapons don't hesitate. Weapons don't whine. Weapons execute. This isn't a mantra. It's a mindset, and it rewires your behavior. You stop seeing obstacles as problems. You start seeing them as proof that you're on the right path. The hard path. The path where men are forged, not found. Remember, easy is a trap. Hard is the signal. Follow the signal. Discipline equals freedom. That's what Jocko said, and he's right. Freedom from weakness. Freedom from doubt. Freedom from mediocrity. You don't earn that freedom by doing what's easy. You earn it by doing what's necessary. Every single day. No exceptions. No compromisos. This routine isn't just about mornings. It's about mastery. Mastery over your impulses. Mastery over your environment. Mastery over your mission. And that kind of mastery isn't sexy. It's brutal. It's boring. It's repetition. But it works. And if you stick with it, it becomes unstoppable. Think of it like this. Every morning, you're either sharpening your blade or letting it rust. Most men are dull, blunt, weak, but not you. Not anymore. You're here to carve out your future with precision. And that starts with the blade you sharpen at dawn. You want to be respected? Then become a man who respects his mornings. You want power? Then build a foundation so strong that nothing can shake you. It starts with getting up, sitting in silence, activating your body, declaring your mission, fueling with purpose, and eliminating every excuse that dares to speak. This is the formula. This is the blueprint. And it's been tested by soldiers, athletes, kings, and killers. It works, but only if you work it. You've got everything you need. You got the steps. You got the mindset. Now the rest is on you. Because here's the final truth. What you do between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. determines everything that happens between 8 a.m. and the rest of your life. You either command the morning or the morning commands you. There is no in-between. There is no balance. Only dominance or defeat. In the next section, we'll go even deeper. We'll talk about how to embed these steps into your identity until they become second nature, non-negotiable. Because rituals don't work unless you do. You got the steps, you got the structure, but without the right mindset, without the masculine frame to carry it, everything crumbles. A weak man can follow a strong routine for a week, maybe two, but it won't stick. Why? Because he hasn't built the core to sustain it. So now we shift gears, from actions to identity, from what you do to who you are. This is where boys fall off and men are built. Let's start with mental toughness. You've been taught to seek comfort, to chase convenience. But a man who's mastered himself craves effort. He pursues resistance. Fasting, silence, struggle, they aren't punishments. They're tools. Tools that cut through the noise and bring clarity. When you fast, you separate need from want. When you sit in silence, you hear your real voice beneath the distractions. Toughness isn't loud, it's quiet. It's the inner steel that says, I can endure more. And when you train your mind to thrive in discomfort, you become untouchable. Now, emotional control. Listen closely. This is where most men get wrecked. You've been conditioned to act on feeling. You're sad, so you stop. You're angry, so you lash out. You're tired, so you quit. That's boy behavior. A man feels everything and moves anyway. He doesn't suppress emotion. He commands it. He uses it as fuel, not a leash. Power isn't in never feeling. It's in never being ruled by what you feel. You can be hurt and still show up, afraid and still lead. That's what separates kings from clowns. Now let's talk financial focus. This isn't about chasing luxury. It's about building power. You waste money to look rich, you stay broke. But when you track every dollar, invest with purpose, and stack relentlessly, you create freedom. Financial strength isn't about flexing. It's about fortifying. You don't impress people by showing off. You impress yourself by building an empire in silence. A man without money is a man without options. And a man without options is a slave, chained to the next paycheck, the next emergency, the next crisis. Build now, reap later. Body ownership comes next. And no, this isn't about six-packs and selfies. This is about capability. Can you run a mile without collapsing? Can you defend yourself and your people? Can you push your body when everything in you wants to quit? That's what strength is. Discipline in motion. Your body isn't decoration. It's your first weapon, your first armor. You train not to look good, but to be ready. Ready for stress, ready for pain, ready for war if it ever comes. Train daily, not because it's fun, because it's necessary. Then there's masculine presence. You want to be respected? Then walk like you mean it. Speak only when your words matter. Enter every room like a man who belongs there, because he earned his presence. Masculine presence isn't about dominance. It's about gravity, the kind of gravity that commands attention without asking for it. It's built through discipline, self-control, and intentionality. You don't have to shout to lead. You don't have to flex to be felt. You just are. Solid, unshakable, grounded. Zeno said it best. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. And that's what this all comes down to. Control, mastery, not over others, but over you, your habits, your focus, your emotions, your time, your energy. That's real masculinity, not fake alpha bravado, not noise, just quiet, relentless excellence. Day in, day out. And don't get it twisted. None of this is easy, but that's the point. If it were easy, every guy would be doing it. Most won't. They'll keep scrolling, keep chasing, keep pretending. But not you. You're here because you want more, because you expect more, and because you're ready to demand more from yourself. You're not just becoming a man who does things. You're becoming a man who is something. Solid, grounded, fierce, focused. You walk different, think different, move different, Not because someone told you to, but because you chose to rise when others stayed soft. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't just check a list. Embody the mindset. Be the man, the one who trains hard, thinks clear, speaks with intention, and builds with vision. The one who doesn't need validation because he validates himself with action. That's the masculine frame. That's the standard. Everything we've talked about, mindset, habits, routine, it means nothing if you're still sitting on the sidelines, waiting for a lightning bolt of motivation to hit you. This next part, it's where we strip it all down. No fluff, no filters, just the raw truth most men aren't man enough to hear. You don't need another hit of dopamine disguised as inspiration. You need a mirror, a pen, and a brutal conversation with yourself. Let's go there. Cut the motivation addiction. That's right. You've been binging videos like this for months, maybe years. You watch, you nod, you feel fired up for an hour. Then what? Nothing. You go back to the same habits, same excuses, same passive life. This isn't entertainment. This isn't therapy. This is your blueprint. And if you're not executing, you're wasting time. Take notes. Apply. Rewatch with a pen in hand. Turn these words into actions. Otherwise, you're just scrolling for hope and calling it self-improvement. Here's the truth. You're not special because you've struggled. We all have. Some worse than you. Trauma? Welcome to the club. You can either wear it like a crown and pretend it justifies your weakness, or you can use it as fuel to become someone unbreakable. Your pain doesn't make you a victim. Your response to it makes you a man. Rewrite the story, or stay weak. No one's coming to hand you strength. You gotta build it. Stop waiting. Stop getting ready. Stop planning. Stop thinking about it. Every minute you hesitate, another version of you dies. The strong version, the focused version, the disciplined version. Winners don't wait for perfect clarity. They move, then adjust. Action builds confidence. Indecision breeds anxiety. If you're always waiting to feel ready, get used to being the guy who watches other men lead. You know what you are right now? A lion pacing in a cage. Muscles built from years of frustration. Rage in your chest. Fire in your gut. But the cage door is open. The key? It's in your mouth. But you're too scared to bite down and unlock it. Too scared to run. To fight. To become who you were born to be. That ends now. It's time to unleash. Rip the damn cage open and take what's yours. You need to understand something. Discipline isn't a personality trait. It's a choice. Every day, you don't have to feel like doing anything. You decide to do it. You override your feelings with action. That's how real men operate. If you keep waiting for the mood to strike, you'll stay soft. Broke. Unnoticed. Weak. You think the men you admire felt like pushing through pain every day? No, they just did it anyway. That's why they lead, and you follow. Look around. Most men are sleepwalking through life. Clicking, scrolling, fantasizing. They talk a big game, but live small. Don't be that man. Refuse average. Reject the softness that's crept into every part of society. Stand out. Stand up. Set a new standard. One so sharp, so fierce, that every room you walk in it feels it. Not because you said a word, but because you live it. Forget being liked. Forget being understood. You're not here to be soft and palatable. You're here to be effective. Ruthless in your focus. Relentless in your work. Unapologetic in your growth. That's the edge. And if you don't claim it, somebody else will. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more hiding behind pain, procrastination, or fake humility. This is your call to rise. Not tomorrow. Not next Monday. Right now. Next, we bring it all together and show you how to hardwire this system into your identity for life. Stay locked in. You've heard the truth. You've seen a path. Now it's time to make a decision. Because all the motivation in the world won't save you if you walk away from this video and fall back into old habits. You don't need more content. You need conviction. A line drawn in the sand. A moment where you finally say, I'm done being average. I'm done being reactive. I'm done being soft. Every morning when your alarm hits, you face the same battlefield. It's you versus the weaker version of yourself. The version that wants 5 more minutes. The version that scrolls instead of trains. That hides instead of hunts. Most men lose that battle before their feet even touch the ground. But you are not built to lose. You are not built to shrink. You are built to rise, to lead, to carry weight. Not just your own, but the weight of those who follow you. Your family, your future, your mission. That pressure, it's not a burden. It's the forge. Every time you rise early and move with power, you hammer yourself into something sharper, stronger, more dangerous. That's how legends are made when no one's watching. So here's the challenge. If you're truly done making excuses, drop it in the comments right now. No more softness. I lead now. Don't just type it. Own it. Make it your vow. Let the world hear it. Let the weak scroll past it. Let the strong rise with it. Because when you speak it into existence, you start to live it. Understand something. This isn't just a video. This is a fire. And fire spreads. You're not watching just to improve yourself. You're watching to join a brotherhood. A tribe of focused, disciplined, relentless men. Men who don't chase trends, they create standards. Men who don't wait, they build. You don't have to walk this path alone. Subscribe. Join the ranks. Become part of something that outlasts the scroll and the algorithm. This is about legacy. The time for self-pity is over. The era of passive masculinity is dead. We're not here to blend in. We're here to lead. And leaders are forged in the morning, when the world is still asleep. When the weak are hitting snooze and the soft are searching for comfort, we rise. We act. We conquer. You want power? Build it. You want peace? Earn it. You want respect? Live in a way that demands it. That starts when the sun is still down and the world is still silent. That starts when you choose action over excuses, discipline over chaos, purpose over pleasure. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you the life you want. That burden is yours to carry, and that's a gift. Because once you take ownership of your mornings, your habits, your mind, you become unstoppable. You stop chasing motivation and become the reason others rise. Let them sleep in. Let them mock your routine. Let them laugh at your discipline. You'll bury them with results. Because while they delay, you build. While they coast, you climb. While they complain, you conquer. Your mornings either build your empire or they bury it. The choice is yours. Choose like a warrior. Choose like a man who's done pretending. Start tomorrow with a mission, a standard of fire. Because the world doesn't wait for weak men. Welcome to the brotherhood. Welcome to the front lines. Like, share, subscribe, and most of all, lead.